Hello, beautiful people. I see that people are coming in. I need to know if you guys can hear me. So please speak up and say, I hear you or I do not.
I hear you.
I love it. Hi, Kevin. Welcome. Thank you for being here.
If no one else can, they might have to hit on the bottom left. They might have to hit join audio to allow themselves in, join with computer audio, and then they'll be good to go.
Wonderful. So let's see. There's more people joining in. We have about 3 minutes, so let's hang out, guys, and we'll start shortly.
All right. All right, now that I'm in, I'm going to mute myself and stop my video. I'll be right back.
Okay, thank you so much.
Hey.
Hi, Lynn. So right now, Lynn, I am making you co-host.
Okay.
Yay, there you are.
Beautiful.
I see beautiful Mary Boatman there. How are you, my dear? Hi, Sherry. I see you.
Hi, Sherry.
Hi, Mary. Hi, Carol.
Hello.
Hi, Mary.
So good to see you.
Hey, Bettina. Hi, Bernie.
This is
Welcome,
going to be so fun, my dears.
Yes.
Nothing like kicking fear in the butt.
Yeah.
So people keep coming in. We're gonna keep allowing folks to come in. We still have a couple of minutes, so please hang tight.
I have this habit of leaving my phone downstairs so that I'm not on it past about 10 o'clock. And I realized that I needed a timer. So I just ordered one of these little like digital timers that you cook with.
Nice, good idea.
Because I want to set the timer for my meditations. So I'm excited.
That's a good idea.
Anyway. Yay.
People are coming in fast and furious. We have 19 in, so we'll keep allowing folks to come in.
I have a feeling we're going to have about 50 joining us today. That'll be great.
Oh, yes. Let's see, we have chats.
Thanks, Renate.
Hey, there she is. Hi, Renate. Good to see you. Good to have you here.
Thank you for the Easter wishes.
Let's see. I don't know why I am just with an R and no picture. I don't know. Maybe it's your setup.
If you click on the bottom left of your screen, there should be a little microphone and a video. And if you click on the video, if it has a diagonal red through it, that should make you active for your video. The bottom of the, no. Hi, Beth.
Junta is here. Hello, love. Hello. All right, people keep strolling in. Coming in. This is beautiful. We have 24, 25.
Ariel, you're so welcome, love. I hear birds in the background. How beautiful is that?
I do too.
Love that.
It's snowing here in Minnesota right now. We have 4 inches in the ground, guys.
Wow.
It was beautifully warm yesterday. We rode our horses outside. We had a wonderful time. And today it's snowing, but my husband and kids are waiting for there to be enough snow, and then they're going to have a snowball fight. So
Fun.
Minnesota spring for you. Okay, we have 1:01 for the time, Lynn. So I think it's a good idea to get us rolling. I will keep an eye on the chat for you.
Great.
Um,
Rosemary, you're going to take us into prayer.
so I'm going to see if Rosemary.
Hands hoping to, yes. Can everybody hear me?
Hi, beautiful. We can see you and we can hear you. You're in a different room
Perfect.
today, aren't you?
Actually, just a different angle, same room.
Oh, well, you look beautiful no matter what angle.
Oh, thank you. I should
Good
come
to
more.
see you. So actually, before we get started, let me welcome everybody. Thank you very much, everybody, for taking the time to be here. These conversations seem to be having a beautiful effect on people in these times of tension. I was contemplating slowing them down because it really is a large time commitment, but people responded with, a lot of people in the poll responded with, these are really bringing us together. They are very meaningful at a time where we really need them. So that totally did it for me. It's such a pleasure to be here, and it's such a pleasure to have you all beautiful souls here. My name is Carol Morgan. I am your host. I am from Costa Rica. I've been living in Minnesota for 20 some years. And I am a channel for a blue avian being. His name is Xena. And the idea of bringing this community together was Xena's. The idea is to commune, to support each other, and to bring us together, not only at times like this, but all the time, to understand that we are one and that we indeed all have a common mission here. So today's event is going to be led by Miss Lynn. Lynn, can you please tell us a little bit about you, if you would please, love?
Yeah, absolutely. Hi, everybody. I'm hailing to you from Huntington, Long Island, here in New York. A little bit of a hot spot for what's been happening externally. I run a wellness center here that's called the Sohmalife Sanctuary. When I was 11 years old, I read The Sleeping Prophet about Edgar Cayce and just became fascinated with all things metaphysical. And I have a bunch of different things that I do and hats that I wear. I was a financial advisor for over 25 years and retired a couple of years ago when I woke up one day and Spirit was like, okay, that's it. It's time to just focus on, being of service to the light. So I stepped away from that, opened my sanctuary, and besides this technique that I'm going to teach you guys today, and Carol, again, thank you so much, my love, for inviting me to do this. It's my honor to be of service to all of you. I have a psychic development academy that I teach with 4 other teachers, and we teach everything from mediumship and channeling and raising your vibration and connecting to divine guidance. And these psychic healing tools that I have, there are 6 that I teach. So we're going to do a series of these. Carol and I just had that discussion. And I just am delighted to bring this to you. This is something that you can use, and you can use easily, and you can use well. And the beautiful thing about having the 31 or more that are all together today is you guys can practice with each other. And I have a YouTube channel. I'm posting content about every single day. I'm teaching yoga. I call it 50 Fat and Fabulous. And someday it'll be 50 Fit and Fabulous. But while I'm there, I'm just going to be real about what's going on with me and my body. I'm deep in a process of transformation, thanks to a lovely gentleman named Kevin Bremer, who you guys will have a chance to meet later and get to know better through Carol as well. And I'm just really excited to be here. So Carol, again, thank you. My love and blessings to you.
Thank you so much, Lynn, and thank you for the lovely introduction. And now to Ms. Rosemary. Ms. Rosemary, if you want to please introduce yourself. Rosemary is going to open with a prayer.
Hi, everybody. Yes, well, my name's Rosemary. Like Lynn, I have lots of different hats that I wear. For another 2 months, I'm still a teacher. I work in a federal institution, teaching the inmates. I'm also an ordained minister. I am a Reiki practitioner, and for the last couple of years, been a channeler. Like Carol, we both were with Fran when Fran was teaching channeling, and I have been, since the self-isolation piece has come in, I've been pushed by my guides to channel every day, which I've been pretty assiduous at doing. And I really appreciate the comments that come in, because it is fairly new for me, and it meant, you know, coming out of the cupboard and trusting that it would reach out and, you know, be of assistance. So thank you, everybody who has commented. And yes, the prayer I have today, it was these prayers that I have been reading are channeled through a friend of mine. Her name's Irene, and she's been very gracious in letting me share them. And today's, she sent through actually on the 11th. When was that? Yesterday? Yes, yesterday. So really timely. And the title of the channeling was called Rising Up to Love, which I thought was really pertinent, given that fear is the opposite of love. And it's what Lynn's going to be talking about today. So the words of wisdom attached to this is, do everything from love, for love, and to love. Love is God, light, and your soul is connected to God, light. So therefore you are love. This is your truth and your home. This is the time to fire up love on all cylinders, from all directions and from all light workers. And the work associated with this, because there's always work, is recognize when you are not in the vibration of love as soon as it happens. The energy is here. Now to do this is not to wait. Recognize it and move back to the place of love. Then if still lacking love, then go into it. Legitimize it. Ask it what it needs for you to let go of it. You have the tools to move back to the higher vibration of love. Remember, you are 100% responsible to move fully into your heart. So I want to take a moment now just to read the prayer. So if you want to close your eyes and just focus on your heart center. To God, Goddess, light, and the highest truth. Help me remember I am here for love. Help me to remember not to be lost in the physical ways of the world. Help me to have balance within my body and my soul. I surrender all of my pettiness and fears at your feet. Assist me to walk away from the drama and low vibrations, and help me learn what lessons I have come to learn. I call forth all of the light beings of God at this time to draw the love from me, to see myself more clearly. Help me be brave in love. And so it is.
Rosemary, thank you so much. That was beautiful.
Thank you, love. Thank you very much. Okay, Lynn, this is all you now, my dear.
Okay, great. So I'm just going to take us through a really brief meditation to beautifully dovetail on that gorgeous prayer. So I invite all of you to allow yourselves to bring yourself to your body and where you're seated physically, and then go ahead and close your eyes. Let your hands fall on your thighs and start to pay attention to your breath. Take a nice breath in through your nose, let it fill you up, and then exhale through your mouth. And let that exhale be a little longer than your inhale. Beautiful. Another nice inhale in through your nose. And then as you exhale through your mouth, let that exhale be longer and slower. Beautiful. One more nice big inhale through your nose. Let it fill you completely. And then nice long slow exhale through your mouth. Beautiful. we've just shifted you from your sympathetic nervous system of being in your minds and all that goes on there to bringing you to your heart, parasympathetic nervous system. So I just want you to know that this is absolutely one of my favorite classes to teach. It's one of the 6 of what I call my psychic healing tools. And I used to call it the psychic energy healing technique, but it really is psychic surgery. Einstein is absolutely one of my favorite beings that ever existed. And not only was he a genius, but he was the father of, modern quantum physics and quantum mechanics and string theory and field theory. But what a lot of people don't know about him is he was actually a phenomenally spiritual man. And at one point he said all he ever wanted to do was to study light. And it was actually in a dream that the theory of relativity came to him. And the theory of relativity is this very eloquent and simple equation. And the equation is E equals mc squared. The E stands for energy. And to me, that's the pure white light of God, whatever your God is, whoever your God is, whatever you want to call God, Allah, Buddha, the light, spirit, source. It's just that pure, magnificent white light that everything in the universe is made of. So the theory of relativity, E equals mc squared, is energy is equal to mass times the constant squared. So mass is basically any matter in the universe, and the constant is the speed of light. So when you take any mass or matter and you travel it at the speed of light squared, you basically double the speed of it. It instantly converts back to pure white light energy. And that's what you're going to have an experience of through doing this process today. You're basically going to understand that everything is made of energy, and this is going to allow you to heal the emotions and the feelings and the pain that you've had in your physical body, your emotional body, your mental body that have been trapped in there. And it basically works like this. So imagine that this is your body and you're open, and energy comes towards you, and emotion is basically energy in motion. So the capital E of emotion stands for energy. Energy in motion is emotion. Emotion travels at a certain velocity. And when it comes towards you, if it comes at a speed that you're able to ameliorate, that you're able to experience, it just moves right through you. But if an energy comes towards you at such a velocity and such a speed that you can't handle it, you'll actually block it. And what happens is it backs up and it creates a mass inside of you. And sometimes this is manifested physically in the form of illness in your body, mental distemper, emotional acting out. So much of this basically comes down to energy that is trapped inside of you. So one of the things that I love to do here in New York is in the summers, we love to go to the beach on Long Island on the South Shore, and it's called Jones Beach. And when I was very young, these waves were like 12, 14 feet. They just seemed enormous to us. And if you try and stand strong in front of the wave, it's just going to knock you down, and there's sand everywhere. One of my friends said, let's dive into the wave as it comes. And I was like, what? So we dove into the wave, and on the other side, everything was completely placid and calm. And I was like, that's incredible. My friends behind me are getting knocked down. What I learned from that is when you can dive into the energy of something, rather than trying to resist it, what you resist persists. It's going to allow you to have a healing, an incredible healing. And that's what this technique is going to teach you today. If you find that you get stuck with something, just breathe again. The body controls the mind. Sorry, the mind controls the body, but the breath controls the mind. So if you find that you're overwhelmed by something that you're feeling while you're doing this process, just take a moment and close your eyes and take a breath. And that'll immediately put you back in connection with your heart. Because some of the stuff that's down there, it's been there for a long time. Some of you may go past life with this. I have that happen, especially with people in the spiritual community, because they've opened up, a lot of their third eye and a lot of their heart. And if that happens, just stay with it. There is an end phenomena with all of this, where when you're asked, are there any other feelings or emotions that are trapped inside of it, you will get to a point where you realize that there aren't anymore. So one last thing that I want to tell you is there is a principle in physics that says no two things can occupy the same space at the same time, and duplication causes erasure. So the purpose of this technique is to actually allow you to duplicate everything that's inside of this mass so that you can erase it. You're going to give the shape, the color, the size, the texture, the temperature, the weight, the feelings, the emotion, what it's made of, everything that's in there. You're then going to surround it with a field of love. And that may seem antithetical. That may seem like, why would I want to surround this thing that's caused me pain with love? But it's a bit like applying spiritual Vaseline. You'll then take a breath with an exhale. You'll move it right outside of your body. It may blow some of your minds to realize that this thing you thought you've lived with forever and were going to have to could actually be moved. Once you move it outside of your body, you're going to move it about 3 feet in front of you. Imagine if your energy field, you've all seen the Vitruvius Man that Leonardo da Vinci did. If you move this energy, wherever you can extend your body is your aura, your energy field. So in front of you, about 3 feet in front of you, which would be on the other side of your fingertips, you're going to move this energy out. And then from there, you'll take another inhale. And with your exhale, you're going to turn it white. And in that process of turning it white, you're actually taking all that blocked energy and you're just giving it right back to spirit. So now we're going to take you through the steps of how to do that. But before we begin, I just want to see, does anyone have any questions so far? Okay, cool. If you do, please put them in the chat, and Carol is going to help us by being the moderator and letting me know if there's any questions.
Yes.
Thank you so much, love.
Mhm.
You all should have a copy of the technique. It was emailed to you. Carol's actually going to bring it up on the screen. And what I'd like to do is I'm going to have us go through this, and then I'm going to have 2 people that are going to be my guinea pig volunteers to go through this process for you. Carol's going to be one of them. And then my dear soul brother, Kevin Bremer, who's on here with us as well. But what I'd like to do in the meantime is I'd like to ask, Carol, would you start? And I'm just going to have you start reading each of the steps.
Mhm. Where in your body do you feel the feeling, emotion, pain, pressure, mass, mood? Acknowledge their response. When you ask this question, you are attempting to locate where the energy or emotional blockage shows up physically in the body. It can feel like a mass or a mood or a pressure in the body. It can be a headache or chronic pain or a feeling of stuckness. It is some aspect of trapped energy that has not been able to process through the emotional or etheric or physical bodies.
So you'll ask somebody, where in your body do you feel that energy? And they will find a place. Sometimes it may be bigger than them, so they may feel that they are actually inside of it. Thanks, Karen. Okay, Kevin, would you take the next?
Yes, sorry, just unmuting there.
Okay.
So step 2. What color is it? Acknowledge their response. All blocked or trapped energy has a color associated with it. This begins the process of giving somatic characteristics to the mass.
And by somatic, we mean like physical characteristics, that it has a location, that it has a color, that it has a shape, that it has a size and a texture to it. Okay, Sherry Saunders, would you take the next one?
Yes. What shape is it? Acknowledge their response. The mass has a defined shape to it. Ascertain what shape it has taken on. Have them describe it.
So the shape is really, really important. It may look like a dagger, and it may actually be a memory of having a dagger shoved into their third eye or their heart. I recently worked with someone who had the experience of having an axe in his heart from a past life, where he had stolen someone's woman, and the man came after him and axed him in the heart, and that's how he died, and it was still there. It may be something as simple as them saying, it's a circle. And then the next question, Renate, would you take the next one, my love?
I wonder if Renate is muted.
Okay.
I'm going to see.
Okay.
Yes, Renata is muted. Now you are unmuted, love.
Okay. So is it 5?
Number 4.
Oh, 4. Oh, what size is it? Acknowledge their response. The mass may be inside the body, or it may be larger than the body, and
Thank
they
you.
feel trapped inside.
Exactly. So sometimes they say this thing is so big and it's clearly bigger than them, and that's perfectly fine. Sometimes it's small and it's inside, and sometimes it's larger than it's outside. But what each of these steps are doing is they're giving definition to it. Okay, Natalie Anderson, would you take the next one?
Sure. Number 5, how much does it weigh? Acknowledge their response. The mass may be extremely light or very heavy. An approximation will help to give definition to the mass.
Thank you. So sometimes people will go, it weighs 714 pounds, or they might say it's light as a feather, or they might say there's no weight to it. Just have them, once again, give more definition to what it is that they're experiencing. Okay, Joanne Cooper, you good with number 6?
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
I can.
What temperature is it? Acknowledge their response. You want to determine whether the object is hot or cold or room temperature. This allows the person to continue to further duplicate what they are feeling.
And they may say it's really hot. They may say it's really cold. They may say it's tepid. They may say it's lukewarm. They may say it's cold on the outside, but it's really hot on the inside. You just want to say thank you to whatever their response is, because as you do that, you're acknowledging them through a complete communication cycle, which means you've asked a question, they've given you a response, and then you want to acknowledge their response. So when I'm saying acknowledge their response, it completes that portion of this process. Beautiful. Karen Bush, would you take number 7, love?
Or whether
Okay, you are unmuted now, Karen.
Okay.
oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking to myself.
No worries.
Okay. Okay. So number 7, it says, does it have any sensation or movement to it? Acknowledge their response. Determine if the object stays still or whether it has friction or it pokes or is sharp or it burns. Again, this continues to allow the person to separate out how it feels, which then makes it objective to them.
Perfect. So sometimes this thing may stand still like it's a rock and it's heavy and it doesn't have any movement. Sometimes it pulses, sometimes it pokes them, sometimes it's sharp. Again, this delineation is allowing them to realize that it's not actually them, but it's an energy that can be moved. Beautiful. Jean Fulzer, are you available to take the next one?
Jean is unmuted. Are you there, Jean?
He wrote something in the chat that he couldn't speak from where he was at.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, great. Bettina Moser, are you available?
Yeah, I am.
Hey, Bettina.
Can you hear me?
We sure can. Can you take number 8, love?
Yeah. So what material is it made of? Acknowledging their response, being able to determine what the mass is what the mass is made of will help to add more dimension.
You know, and this is really important because if someone's got a dagger through the eye, 9 times out of 10, that thing's going to be made of steel or some kind of metal, but sometimes it'll be made of light. You never have any idea what it is. But again, the more that they're able to define this, Socrates said, the beginning of wisdom is the definition of terms. I like to apply this to say that the beginning of removing these masses is to be able to define them. Thank you so much, my dear. Ana Yanez, would you take number 9?
You are muted now. Anna, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes, we can, love.
Okay. What are the feelings or emotions that are happening inside of it? get all of them, acknowledge their response. This process might need to be asked several times to be able to determine all of the feelings that are trapped.
Beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So most every time there's more than just one feeling. So if you say that the initial feeling that you have is fear, you're going to find that there's other feelings that are in there besides the fear. Also, another important thing to note is that the feelings don't all have to be negative. Sometimes happiness and joy and love get trapped inside of this thing, because when this happened, everything froze. It is important to continue to go through. And the second part of that says, each time a person acknowledges, ask them, are there any others? So as someone goes through, they'll say anger, and I'll say, thank you. Are there any others? I also feel rage. Thank you. Anything else? Along those lines, acknowledge them each time they state something and just ask them if there are any others. I promise you there is an end phenomena where they will say there's nothing else. Okay, beautiful. I'm just randomly going through here and picking people. Let's see, who else? Karen H, can you take number 11?
Let's see if Karen is unmuted.
Okay.
Okay, Karen, you are unmuted now, love. Are you around?
I am. Sorry, I had trouble with my mouse.
You're fine. Thank you.
Okay. Take another breath. And on your exhale, gently and easily move the mass outside of your body until it is in front of you. You will find this easy to do. This action provides total objectivity. It allows people to see they are not stuck with the mood or object or pain or mass that they have been dealing with during this process.
Actually, I apologize. It should have been number 10 that we read. So
oh, sorry about that, you guys.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Karen, can you read that? Can you take number 10 for us again?
Certainly. Take a breath, and then on your exhale, surround the entire mass with a field of love, golden light, absolute positive regard. Rather than resist it, embrace it.
This is
Give me goosebumps just reading that.
Yeah, this is a really crucial step. So you want to close your eyes, take a breath in, and then as you exhale, you're going to imagine that you've completely surrounded this object with a field of love. Doesn't matter how big it is, you are going to be able to bring enough love to fully embrace this. I call it golden light, absolute positive regard, God's golden light, like whatever it is. Just allow yourself to fully embrace it. This is the spiritual Vaseline. This is fascinating. Okay, and then number 11 is, you're going to take another breath, and then as you exhale, very gently and very easily, you're just going to glide that thing right out of your body. It's going to go a few inches, like 3 feet in front of you, but a few inches on the other side of your fingertips if you were to extend your arms in front of you. And the crazy thing is, if you've gotten all of the feelings and you've surrounded it with love, the thing's going to glide right out. If you guys have any stuckness and it won't move out, you have to go back in and ask if there are any other feelings or emotions that are still trapped inside. It's kind of like an iceberg, and each time you say another name of an emotion that's in there, it gets shaved off the top, and the iceberg surfaces and surfaces and surfaces, and you'll get to the point where there's nothing left, and then you can surround it with love. But if you're challenged with this, if it won't go out of the body, and if you can't get it surrounded with love, go back to see if there are any other emotions that already haven't been named. Okay, beautiful. Ian, would you take number 12 for us?
Sure. Take another inhale, and on your exhale, turn it white. State this with intention. This process is the psychic part of this exercise. To turn this entire mass white allows for duplication and erasure. Again, this follows the law of physics that states no two objects can occupy the same space at the same time. If they are having a challenge to turn it entirely white, make sure they have named every emotion that is trapped inside of the mass.
Beautiful. So this is how I do it. I say, take a breath in, turn it white. And I say it with intention because I'm putting my energy in partnership with their energy to turn this thing white. And as you do, it's almost like the thing explodes and just turns into like starlight energy that just floats right back up to the heavens. It's phenomenal. I can't wait for you guys to experience this. Okay, Alex, would you please take number 13?
Sure. Imagine a golden fairy wand in your hand and tap the area where the mass was and fill it with golden light. This acts to seal and protect the area where the mass had attached itself to the physical body. This allows them to bring love and golden light to a place that had once been painful and to bring love to a part of them that had been unloved. They will feel very peaceful afterwards.
Beautiful. So, you know, if you're in connection with the land of the Fae, just imagine that a fairy comes up and she lends you her wand, and then just tap the place and fairy dust is going to come out like Tinkerbell's little fairy dust. And when you have a physical tumor in the body, when they cut the tumor out, they have to cauterize the place where the blood supply fed the tumor. This is very much like that. When you remove this psychic tumor from your body, if you will, you're actually, with that fairy dust, you're going in and you're healing and you're sealing where that energy was feeding off of your system. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. Carissa, would you take step 2?
Hello.
Hi.
Step 2, usually the mass or emotion is released the first time through. However, you may need to remove several layers of the masses in a particular area. The first time through, they may only be able to get a certain depth of feeling, so you may need to go back in until everything is clear. They must allow themselves to feel all the emotions that are inside.
Continue.
Oh, if you find you have an energy dynamic where the energy is moving around the body, you may be dealing with a holodyne.
Exactly.
A holodyne is a self-organized information system which takes up space in the body. It is trapped energy which has taken on a life of its own. By developing a dialogue with the holodyne, you are able to help mature it back to its full operating potential.
So there's another technique that I teach. I call it my shadow work, because sometimes some of these energies take on the role of playing out some of our shadow dynamics. So if you have something that's on the move like that, we'll have to deal with that separately. In most cases, you won't. The more you do this, they start to surface. But if you do, just understand that, it's energy. It's let's say a solution, an old-time solution to an old-time problem that still presents itself. So I had the incredible opportunity to have a channeling session with Antoinette, who's in this community with us. And she channels a being by the name of Zequiel, who's from Andromeda. And Zequiel's like, oh, you have a dragon inside of you, and your dragon is always hungry. I was like, really? I've done a lot of work. I've never seen this dragon. And through this technique of my own, I was able to release the dragon. And the thing that's just been phenomenal is, since that session, I have not been hungry. There's been a whole other aspect of loving myself, which Kevin taught me through our work together in the Course in Miracles. And Carol is going to present him with the incredible opportunity for you guys to get to know him and have a teaching session like this with him to learn the magic that he does. But since that healing in the past 3 weeks, I've shed about 20 pounds. So it's been really remarkable. The power of this is quite extraordinary. If you guys find you come up against that, message me offline, we'll work it out. But if it does come up, just know that it's fine and it can absolutely be resolved. So that's it on the technique. What I'd like to do now is I'm actually going to do an example with Carol, and then I'm going to do an example with Kevin. And then Carol, the magnificent genius that she is going to put you guys into breakout rooms. It looks like we have 37 people, and I assume that means Carol, does that include you and I?
I believe so. So there's really 35.
Okay, so Kevin and Carol and I will stay out of the rooms. The rest of you are going to be paired up to work with each other. And I understand that this is your first time doing this. There may be a few of you in this program, and I've done this technique with you. But if you guys have any questions, we're going to be here. Kevin knows this well, Carol knows this well, and I do. So we can be available to come and help and participate in your breakout rooms.
And I just have to add my beautiful family that I have a new setup today, and I'm working on a Mac, which I'm not very familiar with. So be very forgiving because it may have hiccups. And this is the first time we do breakout rooms. So if we have hiccups, we're just going to go with the flow. But I wanted to warn you guys that this is new, so we'll give it a shot.
Okay, beautiful. All right, I'm just checking out the message. All right, does anybody have any questions about this technique before we give you a live example? And if you have any that come up in the process, please feel free to ask. Okay, cool. All right, so Carol, let's do the first one with you.
Okay, sounds good. I'm going to close my eyes to really get in there, okay?
Okay, my love. Okay, beautiful. So I always do a little invocation, and I just call upon the violet flame of Saint Germain to love and surround us. I call upon Archangel Michael and Archangel Ezekiel to guide and protect us. I call upon the blessings of Yeshua, Mother Mary, and Mary Magdalene. I call upon the blessings of Abraham, grandfather, and Jeremy. Please be with us and guide us on this journey today. Amen. Okay. Carol, my darling, where in your body do you feel the feelings and emotions that are associated, with any kind of blockage that you're feeling today?
Lower left back.
Okay, thank you. What is the predominant feeling that you have with that? Is it a physical pain?
Yes, and pressure.
Okay, thank you. What color is it?
Black.
Thank you. What shape is it?
It's like a blob of goo. So.
Okay, very good. What size is it? How big is it?
It's about this big.
Okay, very good. You guys, you can definitely ask people to show you with their hands because, not everybody can go. It's 11.7 inches. So sometimes it's just as easy to ask them to please show you with their hands. Okay, very good. Carol, how much does it weigh?
About 10 pounds.
Excellent, thank you. What temperature is it?
It's hot.
Thank you. Does it have any sensation or movement to it?
It's not moving, but it's slimy.
Okay, very good. What material is it made of?
Goo.
Okay, very good. What are the feelings and the emotions that are trapped inside of it?
A big sense of responsibility and the fear of not completing my mission successfully.
Thank you. Beautiful. What else? What other feelings and emotions are trapped inside of it?
Fear of letting others down.
Thank you. What else?
That's it.
Okay, beautiful. I want you to close your eyes. Oh, they're closed. Sorry, couldn't see that. Take a nice inhale. And with your exhale, I want you to completely surround that mass with a field of love. And just fully embrace it. Beautiful. And guys, when you're doing this, allow yourself to feel what they're feeling, connect with them. Let the empath part of you Feel into what it is they're feeling, and you'll be able to feel when they've surrounded it. Carol, take another inhale, and with an exhale, very gently and very easily, I want you to move it so that it comes out of your back, and you move it about 3 feet in front of you. In other words, if you extended your arms, it would be on the other side of your fingertips. You'll find that really easy to do. Beautiful. Did it go all the way out?
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Take another inhale, and with your exhale, turn it white. Gorgeous. Did it go completely white?
Yes.
Excellent. Now I want you to imagine that there's a little fairy that comes by. She lends you her fairy wand. And I want you to tap on your back where that energy had been. And just let it fill with fairy dust. Let it be healed, soothed, and calmed. Gorgeous. Carol, would you share with everybody what that experience was like for you?
Well, when I identified it and put a weight on it, it felt heavy on my back. It felt like it got heavier.
Okay.
When I saw it, it almost looked like the goo was covering a blue crystal, which was not part of the questions, but I was seeing it.
Okay.
And then when I covered it with light, I felt, well, first it was my exhale that covered it with light, but then I felt like there was rain of light on me and washing over that area.
Beautiful.
So I had all levels of chills going through my body.
Beautiful.
And then when I got it out, that heaviness just dropped.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
And
How does your back feel now?
It feels pretty good. I'm like tingly, kind of hyper.
Right? That's beautiful. So Karen is saying that she was picking up on the fact that you were feeling weighted down because you didn't want to let other people down. It confirms what she was picking up. That's beautiful, Carol.
Very neat.
So there, let's see, Natalie, Rosemary, Bernie, Juta have all said that they're not able to practice today. And let's see, Laura and Jim are together watching on the iPad together so they can practice together. Okay. Happy, and Natalie says she's happy to practice with anyone, but she just can't practice today. She's on the Mighty Network.
I can practice today.
Oh, you can practice today. Oh, with anyone who got it. Let me rephrase that. Natalie is available to practice with anyone in the future who can't practice today, and she's on Carol's Mighty Network, Spirit Led. Okay, beautiful.
Perfect. So maybe what we can do is for the I don't know, I'll leave this up to you, but maybe for the folks that cannot practice, maybe we can I don't know if we can let them go at this time.
Sure. No, that's a good idea. So
we'll
if you
break
guys
up with everybody or break out.
For those of you that can't practice, if you guys want to go ahead and log off for today, then what we'll do is we'll pair up everybody that's left. And Carol just put together a community and a new topic. Carol, would this be appropriate in the new topic that you just created? That people could say, if anybody wants to practice, they could meet up with each other there?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That is a perfect use for the new topic. So if you guys can't practice, feel free to drop. Thank you for joining us. It has been a pleasure having you here. And I will make sure that everybody that was here today gets the recording. Well, everybody will get it on Mighty Networks, but I think that if you were here, it would be great for you to have the recording to download. So if you were here, you're going to receive that with me.
Okay, beautiful. And just for you guys to know, I'm always available as a resource. I have a website, I have a YouTube channel. I'll put all that information on my profile on Spirit Led on Mighty Networks so that you guys can reach out to me anytime. My phone number is available. My email's available. I am in service to Spirit. I am approaching 60 years old, and I've had quite the life. I've done everything I've wanted to do. I've gone everywhere I've wanted to go. And right now, I am just here, 6 days a week posting content and, being of service. So please reach out to me if there's any way that I can help you.
Before people go, let me take a look who still are here. We still have 32 participants. Okay. All right.
Wench asking if they can just listen. So here's the thing. You're going to be put in rooms with people, so there's really not going to be anything to listen to. And if you guys are feeling shy or nervous about this, I mean, I guess you can just stay on to wait, to come back. And we're going to put everybody into the rooms for about a half an hour. So you each have 15 minutes to practice with each other. This goes really quickly. I want to practice one more time with Kevin, if we can.
If they're feeling shy, one thing they can do is they could literally identify that shyness and work on pulling that out.
Oh my God, this is why I love him. The man's brilliant. I have a question. What if you can't identify a feeling because it's under the surface? How do you draw it out to the open? Okay.
Let's do that with me, because I don't really have any discomforts in that sense, but I do have physical discomfort in my neck, which is tension, which that'll do it.
Yeah. So, I don't know if that answers your question. Again, it may not be a feeling. Like some people have come here with fear to ameliorate today. Some people have come here with other emotions. It could just be a sensation that you have in your body, something that flares up every once in a while, and you may not be feeling it today, but you felt it at other times. All of this energy, it's information. There's a field of information there. And what we're doing is we're getting it into communication with it, because love is a function of communication. And we're basically bringing love and we're bringing light to aspects of you that you've been out of communication with. Let's see. Just allow yourself to go to where in the body you're feeling it. And again, it could be physical, it could be mental, it could be emotional. Like when you think of someone that upsets you, it automatically gives you some kind of a physical response. If there's somebody that you haven't been able to forgive, someone that can't forgive you, someone that you have a grievance with. I know that one of the things that we talk about in the Course in Miracles is that sometimes we have grievances with everybody or somebody. I think I've forgiven everybody for everything, but I can be glib sometimes. So when I came across these lessons, I'm like, grievances. And I saw someone complain about something and I'm like, why is that person complaining? And I'm like, oh my God, I have grievances with their grievances. So you can use anything. And again, if the shyness came up, Kevin, that's brilliant. If shyness is what you're feeling, or you're a little scared about doing this, or you're embarrassed about how you would be with somebody, look, maybe you just want to practice doing the technique on somebody and you don't want to have someone practice it on you. Whatever it is, we can work it out. We're down to 28.
Okay, if that is the case, then we'll need maybe Kevin to go in with somebody, if that is okay, so that we can pair.
It should be fine, because the one iPad has 2 people there. So
We just lost somebody else, so we're down to
27. We're down to 27 now, so.
I think we're good. Anyway, we'll do the best that we can. And just know that Laura and Jim are together in the same room, so we're actually at 26.
Laura
Kevin,
and Jim, what last name?
Laura Kobus.
Okay.
And oh my God, I don't know Jim's last name. Laura, can you type Jim's last name in for me, Lovey? All right, Kevin, let me practice this with Kevin so you guys can see what that's like, and then we'll put you in the rooms. Okay. So Kevin, you said there was some tightness in your neck?
Yeah, so it feels there's tension all up the infraspinatus muscles, up the side of my spine, basically up the spine into my head, like all up through there, right until they connect into my head, basically from my C1 down to my C7 vertebrae, right along the sides there. There's a bunch of tension.
The whole cervical spine. Okay, beautiful. Very good. All right, close your eyes, take a breath. Exhale. Beautiful. What color is it?
It's a very bright red. up near the head that just radiates down and becomes a darker red as it gets nearer to my back.
Okay, thank you. What shape is it?
It's ovular in shape, like very, very oval shaped, and it kind of radiates and pulses. So it kind of grows as it pulses and then shrinks back down in size.
Okay, very good. How big is it? What size is it?
Anywhere from about 3 or 4 inches long up to like 6 or 7 inches.
Okay, very good. How much does it weigh?
This one doesn't really have any weight to it. It has a density.
Okay.
It's more of a density of just heat.
Okay. And what temperature is it?
In Fahrenheit, probably 68 degrees.
Thank you. And you will have people that are able to give you definite temperatures, and if they can't, that's fine. Either way. All right, thank you very much. Does it have any sensation or movement to it?
It does. So when it pulses, there's a movement of just, I guess it feels like inflamed energy just radiating downwards from my head. And then there's a bit of a pinching sensation up near the C1 on each side.
Thank you. What material is it made of?
It's made of emotional tension. That's the material.
Thank you. Beautiful. What are the feelings and the emotions that are trapped inside of it?
Well, as you'd guess, tension is it's the first one there. There's tension. There's actually fear in there.
Thank you.
There is a bit of anxiety, just overall stress. It's kind of a feeling of self-regulation, like needing to be on guard. Inability to feel safe, inability to express myself, just, I guess, feelings of suppression, which is where that fear comes from.
Thank you. Any others?
Yeah, there is just tightness, just that feeling of needing to hide in fear, just being judged, being scrutinized, needing to measure up, and at the same time needing to just like keep your head down so you're not seen by anyone.
Thank you. Very good.
Ooh.
Any other feelings or emotions that are trapped inside of it?
Funnily enough, on the other side of that, there's a bunch of freedom and the feeling of release and the feeling of just not caring and the feeling of letting go.
Beautiful. Any others?
Just the feeling of letting go of restraints. So like the restraints are off, kind of self-restraint that it comes down to. I can actually identify where this came from. This came from my first corporate job when I was involved in stock and commodity trading, and my whole goal was to not F up. So I was just always tense and always had my head down and was always just, don't get caught, oh my God, but you're trying to measure up. But yeah, that's kind of it for now. Now just, yeah, feels ready to go, just in identifying that.
Beautiful. Any other feelings or emotions that are trapped inside of it?
Just feeling of lightness now that I've identified it. It's just like the tension's just vanished.
And guys, just understand that sometimes as people are saying this, bits of it just start to blow off. It just starts to break up. Okay. Any other feelings or emotions trapped inside of it?
Just a feeling of self-love now. It's just shining out. It's just kind of dissolving it already.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, great. So take a nice inhale with your eyes closed. With your exhale, surround it with a field of love. Complete positive regard. Beautiful. Take another inhale, and with your exhale, very gently and very easily, move it right out in front of you, outside of your body, right out in front of you, about 3 feet in front of you. You'll find that really easy to do. Then take another inhale, and with your exhale, turn it white.
All right.
Gorgeous. Beautiful. Have your little fairy come by, ask her to tap that whole cervical spine with her magic little fairy wand and sprinkle it with that golden fairy dust. Allow it to soothe, heal, cleanse. Beautiful. So Kevin, can you just share briefly what that experience was like for you?
Yeah, so what I've always found when we do this is what happens is it basically depersonalizes whatever you're feeling, whether it's the emotion or even just the physical sensation, and removes it from being a part of me. And it becomes something that then I'm just objectively looking at. And then once I do it that way, I can basically, in essence, take my own power back from it, while just removing that from any aspect of myself. And so then when I can objectively look at it, it's just like, oh, okay, well, this is just something simple now that, you know, it's there to be acknowledged, just come up for my response, so I can just let it go. And then as I work through it, as you go through the emotions, it generally starts off with negative emotions, but as you go through and acknowledge all of them, they just lighten up, and then they start to become lighter and easier. And it usually, in my case, progresses towards like more of a loving energy as the whole thing lifts. And then like just wherever it is in my body seems to just lighten up and release whatever it was. So whether it's physical, whether it's emotional. And then, yeah, that's.
Well done. Well done. All right, you guys. So we're down to 25, which is really 24 because Jim and Laura are watching on her iPad.
We'll have to, no, it's actually 20. It's actually, if we remove the three of us, if we take out Kevin, you, and me, then we'll have 22. Laura and Jim, because they are on one iPad, what we'll do is we'll have them practice with somebody else.
Okay, perfect. So Carol the Magnificent is going to put you guys into breakout rooms. I only know of them because I was on a Zoom and someone put us in breakout rooms, and I'm like, this is brilliant.
All right, let's give it a shot.
Carol, let's do 20-minute breakout rooms.
Okay.
Each person having 10 minutes, and then we can come back at the end and have 10 more minutes to share.
Debrief.
And,
hey, Lynn.
Yeah.
I apologize. I gotta jump. I thought this was only an hour at this point.
Okay, go.
So, is that cool?
Totally cool. Kevin, thank you for your time.
You're very welcome.
We'll
Love
see you later. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, does anyone have any questions before we start practice? And what I don't know is if you guys can keep chatting and messaging us. If you have questions, can you put the form on the screen?
I'm going to try to put it on the screen. The problem is that I don't know where you will be, and I can only show one page at a time. So what I'll do is...
Actually, Carol, if you pull up the screen again, there's a little thing you can click on the left that allows you to have both pages up at the same time.
You are so awesome. You see, this Mac thing is not my thing, but you are here to save me.
So if you pull the pages back up.
Okay, hang on. Let me see if I can do that. Oh, hang on, you guys. Almost there, almost there.
Lynn, I love this. Does this technique require two people, or is it something you can practice on yourself? Daniel, you can absolutely practice this by yourself. I do it on myself all the time. I've been using this technique for well over 30 years, and actually now if I get a headache, I just turn it white. So yes, absolutely, you can do it on yourself. Sometimes if I find something that's a little heavier, I may ask somebody to kind of hold that other position for me so I can get everything out, because suddenly I'll be distracted by a million different things, you know, like my cat meowing or whatever it is. Or God, it's sunshine outside, you know, it's shiny objects. So yes, you can practice this. The more you practice with it, the better it'll be. Okay, that's perfect. So you guys, if you want to, if you're looking at what I'm looking at, you can minimize everybody's little faces on the screen, and then you should have the text. Carol, can you, let's see, 9.
And it's actually Ian sharing, so he came to the rescue.
Oh, Ian, thank you so much. So appreciated. Yeah, we're figuring this out together, you guys.
Okay, so we have, we are ready for 11 rooms.
Okay. What is the maximum number of times, what's the maximum number of times you can perform healing on the same person for the same issue? until the issue doesn't exist anymore. So one time I hurt my right ankle. It actually turned out that I broke it. And I did it 7 times, and I pulled out an anchor that had fallen on my ankle. I pulled out falling off of a bicycle and breaking my ankle. You know, I pulled out all the different times that I had ever traumatized that ankle through multiple lifetimes. So sometimes it can be layered, and it's kind of like peeling an onion. So, you know, it may have shrunk down, and now there's another energy that's there, and it's going to be smaller and a different color. So as many times as it takes until that energy is no longer there. Thank you for the question. That's a great question. You should be able to share the PDF on here too, so people can download it. Do we have 10 minutes with our partner, or 20? So 10 minutes each, so a total of 20 minutes.
I was typing the answer, and it was going privately to Ian. So Ian was like, "Oh, well, thank you."
Okay, great.
Thank you for answering. So I think that's it, right?
I think so. Any other questions, anybody? And you guys, again, I think we'll have the chat feature open. I don't know if there's a chat in the break rooms. And I don't know if we can visit. Again, this is all new to us. So thank you for bearing with us in this whole adventure. This is really exciting.
This is.
Do we focus on the area of tension in our body or an incident that happened? Laura, focus on where that energy has landed in the body. It may turn out to be an incident that occurred, like how Kevin said that he realized that this happened from when he was working in corporate America. But start with the physical feeling, and from there, it'll take you to the incident. There's a whole other process to do if you're actually dealing with an incident. Try right now to just locate it to where that energy got blocked and trapped inside of your body. Will you be able to visit the rooms? Alex, I don't know. I think we can. I just don't know how to do it yet. And I think, I guess we're going to find out.
No, I'm saying you will be able to visit.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So we can go and visit. Yay.
This is so exciting.
I know, I'm having so much fun with this. All right. You guys, thank you again for your courage with this. You know, it takes courage to go in and look at the places where we have assigned some other cause to something that's happening with us, because you are ultimately taking full responsibility for your beingness right now. So congratulations.
Natalie, you're such a love.
Thanks, Nat. Love you.
Okay, so loves, we are going to go with 20 minutes. So here we go. Have fun.
I just got invited to breakout room number 9.
Oh, interesting.
I'm not going to accept.
Okay.
Who's in break? Okay. Does Anna need to be with somebody?
Let's see. So we have.
Did you put Anna with somebody?
I'm going through. Anna did not join. So.
Okay. Anna didn't join the breakout.
Renate with Ian.
Okay, and for some reason they keep trying to put me in room number 9.
Okay, so I'm gonna put, where is Ian? Ian is room 4, so we're gonna move Renate there.
Okay. Can you take me out of 9?
Yes.
Okay.
So 9, Lynn and Patricia. Who are we gonna put Patricia with though?
If Patricia doesn't have anybody, I can work with her. I don't see her on the screen. I see
unassigned Maria. So let's put Maria. Where is? We're gonna send Maria to 9.
Okay. You want me to go over there?
Nope, you're good.
Okay. It still says for me to join number 9. Who do you have in 9?
Let's see.
Okay, let's see what happened. Maria and Doyle.
9, we have Patricia. Maria still did not join.
Okay. Maria, can you hear us? We need you to join. Are Maria and O'Donnell paired up?
O'Donnell is with Sonia. Let me move him there. Where is Sonia? Sonia Walton. I'm going to put him in 7.
Okay. Maria, are you there?
Let's try to send her a private message.
Okay. Is she one of the people that's...
Ian says there are 3.
Oh.
Yes, I'm here. Thank you. Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're fine, Lovey. Are you in a room with somebody right now?
No, I'm alone.
Okay, hang tight, my love.
Where...
Hola, amor.
¿Cómo estás?
Bien, ¿y vos?
Estoy bien, gracias. Aquí
¿Estás,
en este,
¿Estás solita o hay 3 personas aquí?
no sé quién abrí la pantalla, quité mi audio y quité el video, y no había nadie. Y dije, hola, 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 pero no había nadie.
Oh, no había nadie. Okay, so Lynn, Patricia is by herself right now.
Okay, since you speak Spanish, do you want to work with her?
Yes, the only problem is if there's anything going on, I won't be able to see it.
Okay.
I can speak English. I don't have any problem with that.
Okay, so why don't we put her with Maria?
Oh, okay, sounds good. Let me see. How do I leave the break room? This is so much
So
fun.
scroll on the far right on the bottom. It says leave break room, leave breakout room.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, are you back in the main session? Oh, you're muted, my love.
I am, yes.
Okay.
Oh, hello, Ian.
So can you put Maria in breakout room 9?
Maria in break room, let me see where the breakout.
And that way she'll be with Patricia.
Maria. Where is Maria?
Maria's in the main room with us. Ian, do you want me to practice with you?
Sure.
Okay.
There are 3 in our room, so I
don't worry about it.
I left.
Yeah, we're far from perfect here. Okay.
Yeah, right.
So do you want me to practice on you first, and then you practice on me?
Hello.
Hello, Carol.
Are you by yourself, love?
I am. I think it's room 6, and I haven't had anybody else join me. So
Okay, hang on a second. I'm going to find somebody for you.
Thank you.
I'll be back.
Okay.
Oh, she's gone. You're muted, Carol.
Who's gone?
Lynn was going to do it with me, but then she disappeared.
Oh, she disappeared? Okay, here she is, but guess what? You can go to room 6.
Okay, send me there.
I'll send you there. You're such a trooper. Hang on. This is so much fun.
Lynn, you're muted.
Can you put me in room 6 with him?
No, I'm actually going to put Ian in room 6.
With whom? Who's in room 6?
Room 6 is Karen H, and she's by herself.
Okay, great. Patricia is in room 9 by herself, and she's waiting for Maria.
Okay, hang on. So Ian is going to room 6.
Bye, Ian.
Bye.
Okay, and who is waiting for whom where?
Patricia is waiting for Maria in room 9.
Okay, so Maria, let me find Maria.
I'm
Ian,
still here.
If you click on breakout room, it should have you go into room 6.
Is he gone? Yay!
He's gone. Okay, Maria, if you click on breakout rooms on the bottom, it should put you into room 9 with Patricia.
Room 9. Okay, I'll try. Would that be under meeting settings, or am I in the right?
On the very bottom, there's a whole thing. It says mute, stop video. And then on the bottom, it says breakout rooms. And if you click that, it should say join breakout room 9, because Carol put you in there.
I only see a mute, a video camera, share content, participants, and more. Doesn't offer me breakout room. Is it an
It's under more. Go ahead and click more. Does it give you breakout rooms under more?
No, it only gives me chat, meeting settings, minimize meeting, raise hand, disconnect audio.
You, let's see.
Maybe you can just send me there.
I did send you, so I can't, I don't know what else to do.
Let's do this. Can you say, O'Donnell, are you still waiting to work with somebody? He's muted. Can you unmute O'Donnell?
Yes.
I've been listening to Sonia and Janet.
Okay, because you're in the room with them?
I'm kind of out of that right now because I'm looking for the list. I need to go get my PDF so I can ask the questions to Janet.
Okay.
You look so cozy, my brother.
Oh, I know. I am cozy. I'm taking a break today.
Good for you.
Got like 6 20-year-olds here and they're running me ragged.
Oh, Lord. No. Talk about fear.
All right. So I don't know what to do with you.
Should I send O'Donnell with Patricia?
Yes. Try and send him to room 9.
O'Donnell, I'm going to send you to room 9.
Okay, sounds good.
And then click at the bottom when it shows up and say join room 9, okay?
Okay, sounds great. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, let's see. Oh my, that's so funny. The wind just came and my back door opened and closed, but I swear it's spirit. All right. Let's see.
So breakout room 2 has nobody? Yeah, that's weird. Okay. So we have Maria yet. Oh no, so Maria now has O'Donnell. No. Patricia and O'Donnell. Where is Maria? Is Maria still with us?
I'm here, but I don't know how to get where I'm supposed to go.
Should we practice with Maria and Lynn so she gets around? Oh, you're muted, my love. Yeah, I unmuted you.
All right, thank you. Oh my God. This girlfriend of mine makes this beautiful jewelry, but the whole necklace just came apart.
Oh no, that's so sad.
Oh my God. Oh, what happens with her stuff? Her design is gorgeous, but unfortunately the technique sometimes, I've had like 5 pieces break from her.
Oh, that is very sad.
Yeah. So Maria, given that you and I have contact, why don't we plan a session? I'm being told right now that you and I are supposed to do this privately. So why don't we plan a time to set that up?
Sure. Okay.
All right, perfect. Oh man, it's like beads on a table and now everything is flying everywhere. All right, let me try and get all this into a cup. Aw.
I'm sorry.
No. All right, boy.
Okay, so
Supposed to learn the technique to fix this. It's so funny. One side of the necklace is perfect and the other one came apart, so at least I have the model to go from. Just have to now try and collect all the pieces. Well,
I'm going to let them know. I can message them, so I'm going to say, hope all is going well.
They'll come back and tell us how it's going. This has been so much fun.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Thank you again, Lynn, for doing this for people. I think that this is going to be a magnificent gift, especially in these times.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
you know, and people will, you know, they'll do what they can with it. And honestly, the more people practice this, you know, the easier it gets. How is it you experiencing it the second time through?
The second time through, I think, was even easier.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I think that it was easier this time.
How's your back feeling?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yes, really good.
That's the magic of this thing, man. It's just incredible how, you know, we thought we have stuff that we're stuck with forever. I had a girlfriend one time and she's like, I have this issue with my back. It's chronic. It's never going anywhere. And then we did the technique a couple times with her and she's like, oh my God, my back doesn't hurt. She goes, I'm going to get back to you. Because, hi, Ariel. I don't know that this actually worked. And she goes, I keep looking for it and it's not there. What did you do? I said, I didn't do anything. You're the one that did the work. Very
Oh,
cute.
yes, that's really cool. So I wonder if, so we have Ariel and we have Laura. I wonder if we can put them in breakout room 2, which is empty, and they get a chance.
Put Ariel and Maria together?
No, Ariel, well, we know that Maria is having trouble, but
Laura's the one who's going to be, she's working with her boyfriend, Jim.
oh, so
Ariel, did you get to practice with anybody? Because if she didn't, then Ariel can practice with Maria.
oh, good idea.
Carol, is there a way that I can get a copy of all the emails? Because I'd love to email everybody and add them to my...
I believe so. I believe I can handle that from the registration. So yes, I will send that to you.
Beautiful, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So I just ordered this scale, and what it does is it measures your body fat. Kevin's like, stop weighing yourself. And I'm like, okay. But of course, I'm obsessed. So I'm just so excited at the progress.
Good.
But I think body fat's going to be a better way to measure what's happening.
Yeah, in muscle, as you work more, muscle weighs more, and it can be deceiving and saddening.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. I know. I've also got the tape measure, and that okay, 3 weeks ago, my abdomen was 52 inches, and yesterday it was 47 inches.
Oh my gosh, how exciting! Good for you. Good for you.
Incredible. Incredible. My waist was 42, and yesterday it was 38.
Wow.
I mean, ridiculously incredible.
That is
right?
wonderful. Good for you.
So oh my God, this is a Bluetooth thing. Oh Lord, I have to Bluetooth this. Oh, tricky.
So Ariel, it says she's unassigned. I'm not sure what to do with her.
Ariel, are you there? She's muted. Ariel?
I hit unmute, but I'm not able to.
Okay. So she's muted on her side.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's what it is.
Okay. Very fun.
Okay. They should all be, all right, the 20 minutes is up. They should all be coming back, right?
No, we have about 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, especially since it took us a little while to get people going. I think we give them 5 minutes and then bring them all back in.
All right, beautiful.
I'm going to give them a 5-minute warning.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I just want to see how everybody did. It's pretty easy. Hey Renate, how did it go? Can you unmute them?
Yeah, let me see.
Hi, Anna. Can you guys unmute? Okay. Anna, how did it go?
We talk about other things because we didn't have the paper. We couldn't print it. None of us.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is, if you guys want to connect through Mighty Networks and have the paper available so that you can practice with each other and you don't miss out, that would be a great opportunity.
Okay, and how we do that?
Renata, you're muted. Can you unmute? Okay.
So Anna, let's see.
I'll practice if anyone from them is there.
Oh, Ariel kept losing us. So we have to figure out a way that you guys can talk to each other, Anna, and set up a time to practice. I think that would be a great idea.
But I didn't get it. We didn't have the question. So what should we do now?
The questions should have been emailed to you before the event.
Yes, I understand, but unfortunately, we didn't have it. I couldn't print it, and
Okay, that's fine. Do you have a place for documents on Spirit Led, Carol?
I can post it on the event and turn the event into an article when I bring in the
articles. Okay, perfect.
Yep.
So what we'll do is we'll arrange to have the PDF posted under articles on Spirit Led, and that way you guys can go and get a copy of it
Spirit-led.
there.
I never know how to get to Spirit Led. Is that on Mighty Network?
That's my yes, it is on Mighty Networks. You are there, love. You do show up there.
I still, it's always by accident that I end up somewhere. I never know really how to get there or there. And so, oh, there are all the things. I never saw them before, you know, and
You are
sometimes
so cute. That's what happens. You're so cute. So when you access Mighty Networks, how do you access it? Through the computer or an app?
computer.
Okay, so I'm gonna send you a
Okay,
link.
I think on my phone it's through app, but on my computer I go mostly to my computer, and there I
Okay.
have Mighty Networks. And then
What
it
I'm going to do is I'm going to send you a link and go ahead and save it on your computer so that you can always go to that link, because it's different links for Tina's community and for mine.
yeah, exactly. And I never got it. I used to, the best is always to send me an email, because anything else I get lost in the technique, you know.
Okay,
So if you send me an email with a link, that's always good.
Ariel's saying, can you please send the link as well?
Okay, okay. I will do that.
Laura, how did it go? I think you're muted.
Okay, I unmuted myself. It went really well.
Excellent.
Yeah, we did it together, and you know, Jim's not used to doing anything like this, and he was able to do it also and connect with the feelings and emotions.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and so was I, and we both had a little trepidation at first, but it worked out really well. So yeah, thank you.
You guys, all we're doing is we're bringing more light to the world. You know, places
I would like
where these things have gotten dark and built up, and you know, look, this can even be cancer in people's bodies, and you've just removed something that is not going to manifest itself in any way. It's not going to metastasize to anything. It's not going to make you sick. You've just released it and transformed it and transmuted it back to light. So congratulations, man.
Lynn, can I share something?
Yes, please.
I told just Anna, you know, I got terrible pain in my abdomen, and it started getting more during our session, and I wanted to work on that.
Okay.
And it resided by itself.
Oh my God, how beautiful is that?
But I took the pendulum and said, because there's something more important, that is my fear. And the pendulum said, yeah, I should take the fear. So I couldn't work on the fear, but the other pain, it resided.
Beautiful. Congratulations.
Yeah, without working on it.
I'm
That's
going to
gorgeous.
bring people
Listen,
in now.
It's about bringing love. It's just about bringing love. You know, people think that what they have to do is fight fear, and actually what you have to do is you have to embrace it and love it. And it seems like the opposite of what we want to do. That's why I say when you take that breath and you surround it with a field of love, you're giving it love for the first time. And that's all that it ever wanted.
That is so beautiful.
Hey, everybody, welcome back.
They're coming in little by little. We have 37 seconds. I didn't know it was going to take time. This is
Yeah,
so fun.
it times it. If you put a time, then it'll automatically, and it'll say 30 seconds left, 20 seconds left.
That's what it's doing right now. This is so much fun, you guys. This is way too much fun. Nice to meet you, Laura.
Nice to meet you too. And I love your beautiful necklace, Carol. That is so
I
beautiful.
know. I meant to tell you, Carol. That's
Oh
stunning.
my God, it's totally me.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And you're a horse lover too.
I am. Are you?
Yes.
Oh my God, you guys have so much to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fun. Yes, I grew up with horses. I've ridden since I'm 3 years old.
Awesome.
Carol, Laura is the woman that helped me to transform my fear of horses. She said, oh, I do therapy work with horses. And she would have us in a corral and the horses would come. And I was terrified of horses. And I healed my fear of horses through Laura and her body of work, and was in a relationship with a gentleman at the time. And we were going through some struggles, and we actually did a group therapy with the horse, and we're able to communicate stuff to each other that we'd never been. The horse was Cinnamon. Cinnamon is now crossed over, but Carol does extraordinary work using horses. I mean, Laura does.
Oh,
So,
very nice to
yeah.
hear. Well, we'll have
Thank
to
you.
talk this sometime then.
Amazing. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. So I don't know how random it would be to unmute everybody, but I would just love to hear if anybody wants to, put in the chat how that went, if anybody wants to share their experience, or if anybody has any questions or you ran into difficulties.
I'm going to go ahead and unmute everybody.
Okay. Yeah.
I see Andre. Hello.
Hey, I'll behave. Promise.
That is a good thing.
Andre.
So does anybody have an experience of what that was like, and would they like to share with us? Daniel, go ahead.
I thought it was really wonderful to ask the questions and to be able to hold the space for the other person.
Yeah.
I really felt like I was providing a really valuable service to them.
Yeah, absolutely. That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's really great to know that like you're really serving someone else and just being there for them. So I think that's fantastic too.
Yeah.
On the flip side, when my partner was Karen Bush, when she was going through the things with me, and like I'm still kind of overheated from it, I got flushed with like some amazing heat. Like I'm like literally practically head to toe, like starting to beat up and sweat. It's like kind of weird. So definitely stuff going on there. Yeah. So thank you.
Beautiful. Well done. It's energy transmutation. It's a transformation. It's literally like taking the caterpillar, putting it into the cocoon, having it completely dissolve down into nothing, and emerging the butterfly in about 3 or 4 short minutes. That's gorgeous. Thank you so much. Anybody else have anything they'd like to share?
I'm sorry.
No, who's that? Beth. Hi, Beth.
Hi. I wasn't sure what I would be feeling, but I was feeling it throughout when you were talking. Starting to all the, like, what am I going to talk about? And then it was starting to manifest while you were talking. And then I think, divinely put together with Mary, who is absolutely just wonderful and perfect. I just feel such great love for her. So thank you so much. And she has a technique that she used as a therapist that's very similar to what you taught. So she was
beautiful,
really great at guiding me through, because it took me a long time.
Beautiful. Thank you. Were you guys able to trade?
No, I need to hook up with her to help. Although she can do it to herself, which is amazing.
Yeah, you can. When people have a background in therapy, and I did this with a friend, and he goes, "Oh, I remember doing this when I was at Est, and we had to turn things white." And I said, "Well, yeah, but actually, Werner Erhard studied with over at Scientology for 11 years, and that's where he picked it up. And I studied with Scientology for 8, and then I used some of the work of Dr. Vernon Wolf and some of my own. So this is a conglomeration of different fields of study over the past 30 so years. So, well done. Some of you are definitely going to take to it like a duck to waters. And does anyone have any questions or any difficulty that they had, things that they couldn't make their way through?
I have a question, Lynn. Everything went well, but can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to ask you, we did the other day, we did a private session around this, and you asked me to focus on an incident or something that happened. And there's a lot, or people, someone I hadn't forgiven. So I'd like to do that with this. Like, imagine the person first of a situation. So I guess we could do that as well, instead of starting with that versus starting with the feeling in our body, right?
Well, I mean, unforgiveness is the feeling. I mean, whatever gets you there, whatever gets you to what the feeling is, whether it's an incident, whether it's a person, whatever it is, just as long as you can get to where it is that you feel that. Yeah.
Because there's a couple of different situations I have that I know I'm holding on forgiveness to. So I'm thinking, all right, think of the situation first and then feel it where it's feelings.
Absolutely.
I'm guided to do.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Sonia has her hand raised. Hi, Sonia.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can.
Hi, beautiful.
Oh, perfect.
Sonia.
Hi. I had an interesting experience. When I first started, it became very clear, but two spots presented themselves, and so I chose one.
Okay.
And what happened is when we tried to move it out, it didn't go. So I went back to it and then tried to move it out and it wouldn't go. And then I went back to it. And then it changed super quick and got really big, like huge. It totally changed shape, color, feeling. And it went from being a ball in my diaphragm to going all the way down my spine and into my ribs, and started changing colors, and all these emotions. I could not tell what the emotions were. It was just a huge amount of energy coming up.
Yeah.
And it just, I didn't know what to do with it. It just, we got stuck, basically.
Okay.
But it totally, it like became a total other thing when I tried to take it or remove it.
So what happens with that is it's like you guys hit a chasm, like a huge cavern of all of that emotion. So the ball that was there at the top was like opening the genie's bottle, and then everything else comes out. So you would just have to go in with each of them. And if you have two that at the same time, like someone goes, oh, I feel something in my throat, and I feel something in my heart, I always ask them which is stronger. And I'll help them to remove the stronger one first, and then you go to the other one. What happened for you is when you started to remove that first one, it was like caught with all the others. So when you went back, you hit a whole new energy field with it. So you would just keep doing it piece by piece, and you guys have to have some patience with this because it's going to require you to go in layer by layer and layer. Just imagine that first ball was like, this part of the iceberg, that 10% that's above. And when you shave that off, then the rest will start to come up, and you hit a really big patch. Okay. So who did you work with?
I worked with, oh my gosh, Janet.
Okay. And did Janet get to go?
She did, but we didn't get to finish her.
Okay. All right. So if you guys can write down each other's names, Janet Mammon, Mammen, and Sonia Walton. If you guys can find each other on Spirit Led and then talk to each other, you guys know the private chat feature, and then figure out a way, whether it's getting each other your phone numbers or whether it's Zooming each other or finding each other on Facebook Messenger and using the video over there. If you guys can continue to do your work so that you can get through this. And if there's something that you couldn't get through with your partner, reach out to me. And because you guys are here at our inauguration of this, I'm more than happy to help you work through it and get it resolved.
Okay, that sounds great.
Yeah, of course. Any other questions? Let's see.
I have a cool experience.
Ooh, I'd love to hear it. Hi, Sherry.
Hi, Sherry.
Hello, everyone. I love everyone here.
Oh, we love you too.
So I am on my moon time. All the ladies know what that feels like. So it was a perfect thing to come into this because the womb space holds all of this emotion and energy, and I was a little uncomfortable today. So and my partner was Carissa. Bless you. Love you, girl. So as soon as my turn started, my cat came into the room and meowed a couple times and jumped into my lap. So I had my hands like inside my pants, like on my womb as I was doing the breathing and everything. And the imagery that came was the coronavirus, like that symbol, which was really crazy. And it was like freezing cold at like -10 degrees, I think is what I said.
Wow.
So anyway, just like going through all of that was so helpful because it got me to contextualize what's happening inside my body.
Beautiful.
And it also separated me from the thing. And it was just so beautiful. And I totally intend to use this like by myself when I'm in the bathtub dealing with the emotions or whatever, and the pain. And oh, by the way, as soon as I was done, the cat jumped down off my lap and went away. So it was just like, you know.
Your cat is a healing temple cat. I have that with my cat. I have a pyramid set up in my sanctuary, and I put up a Reiki table, and I do healings with people. And one time this girl was trying to heal from an abortion that she had been forced to have to do. She didn't want to give up the baby. And the energy was just trapped inside of her. My cat walks in the room, hops up the table, curls up on her belly. We finish this whole process. She releases it. Cat jumps off, walks out of the room. So they know. They just absolutely know. It's beautiful.
Wow,
Congratulations.
that is something else. Thanks for sharing, Sherry.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Anybody else have anything they'd like to share? Any questions that they want to ask?
Then I would, if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
Hi, Bettina.
Hello, how are you? Thank you for this. This was so lovely.
You're so
And I
welcome.
wanted to ask you, so if you feel there is residual emotion or any sensation, would you repeat it immediately or would you give it time?
No, I would go right back in. I would go
Yeah.
in until it goes completely flat. When it goes flat, it's going to be clean and there's not going to be anything left there. You may find that there are layers of this. You may find that there are lifetimes of this. So
Yeah, I went into past life. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and again, because of this community and where we are and who we are, you guys are probably going to go deeper than anybody else that we've ever trained on this, because it's, you know, the information is really rich for you and you have the capacity to.
It was lovely. Thank you so much for sharing.
You're so welcome, my love.
It's really beautiful. Thank you.
And I have to say that we are 9 minutes over. But if you beauties are willing to stick for another 3 or 4 minutes, Zena wants to close out the session.
Oh, yay. Thank you so much. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. So Zena in the house. So I'm going to mute everyone. I'm going to take my shoes off and I'm going to let him speak. So let's see what he has to say. My name is Zena. My name is Zena Allen indeed. And we marvel. And we continue to marvel. We continue to marvel at the love that you are cultivating in this community. We marvel at your persistence in showing up, in doing your work, in solidifying your spiritual practice, and in communing with each other. We love these conversations so. We love them. We participate in them. We are with you. We observe you. And we observe you with what you can liken to parental pride. Yes, parental pride, we correct? We are proud. Yes, we are. We look at you and we see what you are trying to accomplish and we see what you are accomplishing. We are proud indeed. You see, the gifts that are being shared here are coming from the heart, dear loves. There is no expectation whatsoever behind the giving. That is the purest form of giving, and it turns into the purest form of receiving. So participate. So take the gift, the love behind the gift, and run with it. And emanate joy because it has just lit up every cell in your body. That is beautiful indeed. We see it. You see, you have become little beacons of light that have become bigger and bigger. And you are lighting up the world with your work. And today, at this point, we see each and every one of you. We see your light, and we feel it too. We intend that you feel ours as well, and that you continue to connect with that love that we are emanating for you. In appreciation for showing up, in appreciation for doing your work, in appreciation for supporting yourself and therefore humanity in its ascension. These are times where fear must be addressed, for fear is no longer an option. These techniques that this beautiful being of light has shared with you is priceless. This technique is one that you can use on yourselves every day if you so choose to. As this dear beloved says, if there is something in there, it needs to be addressed. And you can use this until it is done. Ignorance, dear loves, is not bliss. Bliss is awareness. Yes, it is. That's what bliss is. Bliss is presence. Bliss is silence. And yet bliss is action in love and with love. We marvel, we rejoice. Continue using this technique with yourselves, or even a more beautiful gift, you have just been, let us say, elevated to teachers of fear conquering. And remember, fear is the absence of love. Fear is unlove. So it's not just what humans tend to identify as love that you are addressing here, but as this dear being was saying, it's lack of forgiveness, it is resentments, it is perceived transgressions, it is unlove. And we tell you, fear is only as real as you feed it. It is but an idea in your mind, and you are aware that your ideas become things. They materialize. So create from a place of love. Take this gift and honor it, and honor those that have taken the time to be here today and to provide the space for you to do this work in loving arms. And we will tell you, these two dear beings had itchy noses at the beginning. Anybody that will look at this recording will see that they were itching their noses. That is because we were hugging them. Feathers tend to itch. We love you very much. We honor you, and we will speak again at another time. Okay, oh my goodness. Lynn, we gotta unmute you.
Thank you so much, beloved. Every time Zena shows up, I just go into tears. So Carol and I had the opportunity to meet the other day over Zoom to teach her this technique. And right before we were going to start, Zena came through with a message. And then I started channeling Hathor, who's the main goddess that I channel. And Zena said, this is no coincidence. This was orchestrated. And there's so much more to come. So we're definitely going to do more of these. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Carol, thank you so much for the community you've created. I am here to be of service. Anytime, please reach out to me. Blessings to all of you.
Thanks, everybody. Love you all. Thank you for being here.
Carol?
Yes, love.
I would like to show you something, Encina Allen. Can you see it?
Oh my gosh, look at you.
Adorable.
I stole the idea from you. I draw it and then I had it print on here.
I think that is awesome, and you didn't steal anything. We're all one. I love you.
I know. Thank you. Thank you.
Everyone. Take care.
Bye, everybody. Thank you for being with us.